Central American migrants seeking a better life in the United States have started to arrive at the US-Mexican border. Hello, I'm Anand Naidu and this is The Heat. After a grueling month-long journey, thousands of migrants from Central America are making their way to the Mexican city of Tijuana. About 1,700 migrants have reached the border city, many arriving by bus, and in the coming days, officials believe as many as 5,000 could seek asylum and entry into the United States. President Trump described the caravan as a, quote, invasion and deployed nearly 6,000 troops to secure the southern border. We begin our coverage with CGTN's Alasdair Baverstock in Tijuana, Mexico. And Alasdair, what is the scene like over there? What kind of reception are these migrants receiving?
Well, the reception these migrants are receiving has been very mixed, to say the least. When those first Central American migrants arrived here in the city of Tijuana, they set up camp right on the beach where that famous border wall runs into the Pacific Ocean. Now, that is a particularly affluent area of Tijuana, and the local residents had a thing or two to say about their presence there. That turned into a bit of a scuffle there with local authorities having to break it all up. But since then, things have calmed down. More migrants continue to arrive, but as they do, they are being housed by the local authorities in sports facilities here around the city. But those migrants are now beginning their pleas for asylum here at the US border, but the US authorities are taking their time over that. They're taking around 90 asylum requests processing every day. Now, that is quite a small amount for, as you mentioned, more than 4,000 migrants who are expected to arrive here in the coming days.
And Alasdair, what is the Mexican government's position on what is taking place there right now?
Well, the Mexican government has been helping these migrants along their way. Many of these migrants have been arriving far ahead of their schedule here in the city of Tijuana, right at this US border point. Now, that is because a lot of them have been arriving in buses, a lot of those bus services put on by the individual state governments as they have moved through Mexico. But that's not necessarily an entirely charitable action. A lot of self-interest may be involved there, with individual state governments wanting to get these migrants off their own patches of Mexico, move them along as they get here to Tijuana. But as for, it seems now that they have reached the US border wall, it will be Tijuana and the state of Baja California which will be left holding the can for these migrants. No one knows how long they will be waiting before they can get into the States, and whether they will even be allowed to stay once they arrive. So the ongoing situation for this caravan, uncertainty, is the watchword.
All right, thanks, Alasdair. That's Alasdair Baverstock reporting from Tijuana, Mexico.